22% of first-time homebuyers surveyed said that they purchased a home because they wanted to own one. Not because it was a good investment, or because someone told them to, or because they found a good deal or whatever. They just wanted to. And that was the biggest factor in most first-time homebuyers' decision to buy. But why? You know I'm biased. I think buying a home is the smartest thing you can do when you're in your mid-20s to mid-30s. But I have a lot of industry experience, and I understand all of the dollars and decimals in the background. These are just people going about their daily lives who feel compelled, for whatever reason, to own their dwelling. And that makes me curious. Is it biological? Is it cultural? Is it instinctual? Today, we're going to unpack why I think that urge is baked into us and how to decide if it's right for you. So let's go. First off, humans have been building shelters since we stood up on two legs. There's a nesting instinct in all of us, this craving to carve out a space that's ours, stamp our mark on the earth. But beyond survival, homeownership taps into status and identity. It's sort of a rite of passage to your next step in adulthood. And a lot of people in my generation have said that they feel like they're not truly adulting right if they don't own their home. A lot of it is generational programming. After all, the American dream has always been get a good education, a good job, buy a home, and start a family. It was never get an enormous amount of debt, get a dog, and rent a cool apartment, though that's kind of become the new normal. Our parents got told, buy a house, build wealth. Our grandparents literally made fortunes in real estate. According to Visual Capitalist, baby boomers owned 52% of U.S. wealth in 2023, despite only being 19.67% of the population and dropping, obviously. And guess where most of that money is parked? You guessed it, in real estate. So we grow up hearing, you don't rent forever, you buy. It's baked into our cultural upbringing. So that primal nesting instinct and generational programming explain why we feel drawn to owning a home. But it doesn't yet explain how that feeling manifests in real life. In other words, how do we square the desire to own against the reality of high relative costs, high cost of living, high cost to borrow money, etc.? So let's talk about the emotional and social side of this first. There's an emotional safety in owning your dwelling. It should feel safe. You have roots. You're the master of your domain. You can paint the walls neon green and you can get that dog. Really, as many dogs as you want. And you're not afraid of being victim to a moody landlord. Conversely, we always want to feel like we belong in our community, specifically the one we live among. When you own a home, there's just an inherent connection with the place and the humanity around you. You just care more. Pride of ownership is real. But are all of these intangible things worth the work, the money, and the risk of breaking the perpetual tenant cycle? Well, let's get a little more logical here. Yes, there is a logical, particularly financial, argument to be made, and many have made it. Homeowners, on average, have a net worth exponentially higher than renters. In fact, you might not even be able to find the renter net worth on this chart. It's at the bottom. I'm not going to make the case for equity, predictability, tax benefits, and investment like every other creator in this space makes because, well, it's been done before and you're not here to listen to the same old spiel. Instead, I'm going to tell you a quick story of my first home purchase. When I bought my first home, the purchase price was $175,000. 6 years later, I sold it for $320,000. When I closed, I walked away with about $135,000 in profit after all of the costs, which breaks down to earning about $62.50 every single day that I lived in that house. That perspective, I was literally being paid to live there, is one that renters never consider, and I almost never hear this point made. If I were to tell you that all you have to do is live in a house of your choosing for a few years, half a decade or so, perhaps, and I'll give you $135,000 for it, you do that deal every time. It would be foolish not to. Now, I'm biased, so you can come at me in the comments. It's all good. Let's discuss why owning a home might not be the right thing for you. Again, I'm biased, but I want to have both sides of this argument in broad daylight. It's never my decision. And no one's trying to make you do anything. Buying a home is not a moral checkpoint. It's not a guarantee of stability. So here's why it might not be a good idea for you as it relates to flexibility. If you're in a career that demands moving every few years, renting's probably a smarter choice for you. Breaking a lease is way easier than suddenly selling a house. Additionally, there is also a virtual guarantee of unexpected costs: roof leaks, HVAC replacements, pest control. You own the house, but you also own the headaches and the bills. Next, market swings. Real estate virtually always goes up in value over time. It's the law of scarcity. But if you find yourself in a precarious situation where you bought at the top of the market and you need to sell quickly, or you need to sell in an unideal market, you could be losing some money or just breaking even. Finally, let's say you hate it. If you hate your new apartment, you can just pay your way out of the lease and move into the cool apartment complex across the street. If you hate your home that you own, you're gonna have to go through the process of selling it. Okay, let's wrap things up by talking about a mindful approach to real estate. Here's the sweet spot. It's perfectly human to want to own your place. And for the record, I believe that virtually everyone should at some point. But your decision should be rooted in clarity and not compulsion. So, step one, define your why. Is it stability, predictability, ego, investment, strategy? Are you trying to impress your girlfriend or your boyfriend? There's no wrong answers. Just make sure you know. Step two, run the numbers, or better yet, have a professional run your payment and make sure that you consider all the expenses, incidentals, etc. in deciding whether you can swing it without drama month to month. Step three, plan for your future. Are you in it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Do prices go up in that area you're looking to buy in fast enough to get a decent return? When you treat your home like a tool to get something back for yourself, rather than a checkpoint, you set yourself up for a way healthier relationship with real estate. At the end of the day, homeownership can boost your wealth, make you closer to your community, and deepen your roots, but only if it fits your life and your lifestyle. So tell me, are you still torn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. If you're here for more than just generic buy versus rent fluff, please take just a half a second to hit the subscribe button and like this video. On this channel, I really want to create a community where we think critically, challenge the myths, and get real about homeownership. See you next time.